死んだのもミサイルが飛ぶのも魔法が使えないのもきっといつもこの星や誰かや何かや神様のせいにして使い捨ててきた僕の弱さも
Good morning.
Hello, team.
Good morning. Think we're live? Maybe.
We're live.
Alright. You know. Welcome back
To the Hippo Cup.
to Hippo Cup, where it's morning, and we're sort of awake. Kind of awake. Mostly awake.
Do you guys want to hear what it sounds like to shake a drink in front of a mic?
No.
There you go.
He's great.
That's what it was. I did it. Good morning.
What is up?
How is everyone today? I think this is how we're going to commentate this match.
Yeah, I'm like roughly 36% awake, so we'll do the best we can.
I woke up at early for MWC 7K matches, so after sitting in VC with Murderix until 1:30 in the morning. That was weird. So we're gonna get some amazing golf commentary for 8 Goats and Riot versus Leftmebroken.
Which actually should be a pretty good match too, because this is the top seed in the group and one of the top overall seeds against a team that should be really good in group stages. Like, I know they're not going to scale as well, but early on, Leftmebroken, pretty good. So I think there's a world where this is actually a quite solid match.
I agree. I'm done making predictions, I think, for teams and how they do and how everything happens in this tournament, because after yesterday and the outcome of some of these groups with some seeds, I don't actually know anymore. I think based on some teams we got some okay predictions and some that we are maybe tossed up in the air about a little bit. This is the group yesterday where the D seed defeated the B seed, effectively rendering them out of the tournament because that was their second loss. So this match right here is basically going to start to determine who that second team is that's going to be knocked out of the tournament. If 8 Goats and Riot end up winning this, it will most likely be Leftmebroken, unless we need a tiebreaker between Hippo Cup and Leftmebroken. But at least one of those two sides. This group is going.
Okay, chill here, your mic. I don't know what it's doing, but it's doing something.
Cool.
Yep. Chiller's having some mic problems, and I don't know what they are. But yeah, this would put winning this puts 8 Goats and Riot at 2-0, so they're almost guaranteed to get through. Losing this kind of isn't the end of the world for Leftmebroken, honestly, because if they could beat both Chippy Chippy Choppa and Hapoy Sade CV, and then 8 Goats and Riot also beat Chippy Chippy Choppa to go 3-0, then you have like tiebreaker scenarios coming into play. So yeah, this group gets really interesting really fast depending on the outcomes of some of these matches, so should be a good one. You got Riot, you got Lifeline, you got Tomas Sheik, you got Zoomer, Xylus, Nahus, MCY4, Chocomint, and Shimon. A lot of really high tier players on that side. But Leftmebroken, man, Extremities Kyujin, Just Blank, Iriel, I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce that. Dito, Hi Hi Ha Ha, Nicked, Coda, and Vesprit. It's like quite strong, especially for like early to mid stage. You've got a lot of tournament experience on that side, and there's always the concern that like certain players on the 8 Goats and Riot team may just not be here great, so you never know. I think the Leftmebroken players are maybe a little more reliable to show up.
Yeah, I'm very interested actually to see what percentage of the roster for 8 Goats and Riot show up today. That is definitely not the team to usually. I mean, well, I would say, like, obviously the people in the lobby are here. I would venture to say that Gnahus is probably here. Just based on previous tournaments, I feel like he shows up pretty often. If they don't explicitly need like Cookie or Shimon, I don't believed they would be here. It's possible. Is Tomashik a rename? Is that a...
I mean, kind of. It's he had that weird name during OWC.
Yeah, Kasi
Barbika.
yeah, that's the aim player, aim jumper. So I recognize that user. Good for them.
To be honest, I think considering I'd never heard of him before OWC, I think of him just as much as Tomas Chi, because I thought of him as Kasia Barbika, because I really was not familiar with him as a relaxed aim player before he was on their OWC team.
He is definitely low key.
He name changed like not long after.
Very subtle name changes coming through. Leftmebroken's a good team. At their peak level, they are probably not as good as 8 Goats and Riot in anything, because they're like, I think a lot of teams that go up against these A seeds, I feel like, are very good like gimmick teams, where I'm like, yeah, they could probably take, you know, one of those kinds of maps, but I think that against the A seeds in this tournament, regardless of how good the C and D seeds have looked, I have not yet seen a single C and D seed grab a point against an A seed so far, which is to be expected, I think, but it shows that the predictions of consistency or tournament experience and all that random jive doesn't really end up mattering in the end, because, you know, I guess in the end, if you have the higher skill cap and you have even a remote amount of tournament experience, you are going to absolutely run through these early maps in here just because you can put up those scores more easily. Therefore, you are more consistent by like virtue of that, just because it's not a struggle to do anything. Whereas people may have to like warm up in the morning or do a lot of stuff, but I'm a fan of this Leftmebroken team. I got some of the boys on this team. Man, my man Vest Spirit is hopefully awake for this.
My boy Extremities, when he's not terrorizing the Rift on his famous Seraphine, turns out to be a pretty solid Osu player as well.
He is. No easy for him in this tournament, though.
No easy for him in this tournament.
So sad.
So we've got Nomad 5, Free Mod 2 banned by 8 Goats and Riot. So that's going to be, scroll down here. That's going to be the low AR, Nomad, and then, what is Free Mod 2? Is that the also low AR? Yeah, that's Marisa. And then Nomad 2, Hard Rock 1. So another Wings of Agony ban. Habib is hopefully going to learn, but it doesn't actually matter because the rules are all completely done already. As it turns out, players do not like the 6-minute long Nomad 2. I know that's bizarre to hear, but it is
never before seen.
It is clearly true. And then Hard Rock 1, very nice, has been banned a fair amount as well. Hard Rock Aim.
I'm sad that keeps getting banned.
So it's interesting. It's like raw mechanics ban, or like mechanics bans from Leftmebroken, and then kind of gimmick bans from 8 Goats and Riot. So, I mean, based on the roster, that makes sense, right? Because you expect 8 Goats and Riot to want to pick like into the mechanics stuff, and Leftmebroken do probably want to pick into the more gimmicky stuff.
Yeah, I mean, Hard Rock 1 by virtue, I think, is probably the hardest Hard Rock map in the Hard Rock pool, just because of those back and forths and some of the spikes if you're not like permanently comfortable with that alting, or if you have to single tap that sort of thing. But a good first pick here from Leftmebroken. It's a little lower BPM. Definitely interesting, I think, to go into something like this against 8 Goats and Riot. I think it helps that they don't need a Hard Rock player, because having like a Hard Rock player in other tournaments on this type of map definitely makes this a lot harder, because this map mechanically at the end gets very difficult with the squares and these weird like angle changes, and that ends up really making it a lot harder than it feels like for the majority of the map. And in a score v1 tournament, that extra combo at the ending is actually going to matter quite a bit here.
It's interesting to me, though, to see a team... excuse me. It's interesting to me to see a team ban Hard Rock 1 and then first pick Free Mod 1, though. Like, you're banning aim and then picking aim.
Yeah.
I obviously, Hard Rock 1 is a lot harder than this Free Mod 1, but still, like, seems kind of odd to me. I don't know. But, like, if it works for them, it works for them. And, like you said, they could just kind of use the fact that they can run double hidden on it. And maybe it was the Hard Rock aspect, not the aim aspect of Hard Rock 1.
I like this.
I do like this song in this map, so like it's all good.
I do. This is very nice.
Took a while to get a pick on this one. Now that's finally happened. We're getting another one.
That's good. You got to break the ice, and then everything kind of flows in as necessary, which is very cool. Wait, did I miss something?
What? What's up?
Nothing. I'm just looking at. Everyone is dying in 7Q.
Oh, okay. So right, you've got Lifeline Nomad, Silas hidden, MC4 hidden, Hard Rock, not who's hidden only. Leftmebroken, Tito Nomad, Extremities Nomad, Hihi Haha, Hard Rock, and Nicked. Which is probably just supposed to be Night, but it says Nicked in my head, unhidden. So they do end up running a Hard Rock, even though you don't. Yeah, that goes for him. Night is going to be a break on that first aim pattern in the first TI, so lead's going to go 8 goats and riot. Got a 4-way going for 8 goats and riot through this PI, and both mod players breaking for Leftmebroken in the aim section. Like, I don't know, man. You ban an aim map and then you pick an aim map, and this is what's happening so far in it.
Yeah, an aim map of this type against these 4 players is pretty nothing to Lifeline, Xylus, Nahus, and MCY, who are all very good aim players to begin with. I'd say Xylus is probably like the least aim player in here, and that's really saying something for that team, just because he tends to play tapping more, but he does rock hidden. Leftmebroken, I find it interesting that they went for a hard rock instead of maybe 2 hiddens here. I'm surprised like Extremities does not want to take a hidden or something on this. I don't know enough about Hihi Haha to like make a determination on whether or not that choice is just better than Extremities taking hidden for hard rock, because I have never seen Hihi Haha play a tournament before.
It's like OWC, right? Or where did we decide he was from?
Hihi Haha is from Latvia.
Yeah, he's on there.
Did they?
I don't know if they actually made the bracket, but I think
play for Latvia. Absolutely did not make the bracket this year.
He was on there. Yeah, he was on their team. They didn't make the bracket. He was on their team.
Huh. Okay. So he's got some. He's rocking it.
A little tournament pedigree. We did get a break from MCY4, who doesn't break very often, but it's still triple FC, still a 5-0 point lead. It needs to be another Mr. Makos and Riot, and I still, even then, it would be tough to bring this score back with the time that's left. Knight has recovered well early break. His combo ever since then. Tito and Extremities holding the Nomad FCs down. I just don't think it's going to end up mattering. Yeah, there goes Hihi Haha again. We're going to see an early break point here. Back to the triple FC. From 8 goats and riot. Lifeline dropping the 1/100 so far. Pretty nice.
Here's the ending. And everyone on 8 goats and riot is confident through it.
Yep, easy does it for 8 goats and riot. You've got 1x100 Nomad FC for Lifeline, Hidden FC for Xylus and Nahus, 3x100, or 2x100, excuse me, for Nahus, doing quite well for himself also. And yeah, I mean, it's a triple FC versus a double FC. That's just a bunch of score, and Hihi Haha did not have a good time at all. Wondering if somebody would have been more comfortable just running a hidden on that instead of him running a hard rock and breaking like at the exact points to minimize the possible combo. Like 324 combo 2 misses, like that's literally the worst possible places you could have broken. But that's also how that map is kind of divided, where the hard parts are.
Yeah, I agree. Like, if you're not comfortable with hard rock on this, you're going to find those 2 misses. You're going to miss on the 2 big Ki, spikes, and everything in between is pretty easy for you. So, 8 goats and riot actually really only had a 7 million scored lead on that pick there, which is pretty small given the fact. Yeah, I mean,
it's only like 2.5 minutes long. I don't think that's that small.
That's less than a full combo.
It's less than 1,000. It's less than 1,000 combo of a map though.
It's less than a full combo on this map, which for a team that is seeded 2nd overall facing off against a team that is seeded 18th overall is a bit of a rough start, I feel like, just because you expect, I think, the margin to be slightly bigger than that, like maybe a full FC of difference potentially. I mean, I don't know what I'm expecting from the remainder of this match here, but 8 goats and riot are going to take a break point off of the first pick. Again, a little interesting that Leftmebroken end up going for a aim mod player favored pick to start off, but we'll see what they've got in store for us. It's DT1 from Hippo and Riot. Always good to start the day off with Meltdown.
They're just gonna go mechanic.
Yes, they are. This map is, unironically, I actually, like, tried to play this map last night, granted with no warm-up, but it's a little bit faster than you'd think, actually. You know, the map looks pretty comfortable, like, when you get into it, but it definitely is a little faster than it leads on, so I think, you know, we did talk about, obviously, stuff like GT1 favoring, like, the speedier aim players, obviously, just by virtue of its slotting and modding, but this one definitely falls pretty healthily into that category. You need to be able to tap this BPM pretty confidently with the bursts here, and I don't know of anyone on this team that I recognize immediately besides GS Blank where I'm like, yes, this map is for them. Maybe like a Vest Spirit potentially.
I think Extremities should be fine with it as well, but yeah, they're not. This is definitely not a team that you look at and they just jump off the page as being like, oh my god, those guys are so good at tapping mechanics. Like, it's not their forte.
Oh, that's right, they have Dito.
Maybe.
Yeah, Dito will be good at this. Dito will be good at this. Oh, yeah. I don't know how I, like, already forgot. Yeah. Oh, there's Vest Spirit.
Just Blank and, I don't know, maybe
Knight?
Extremities.
Oh, I'm okay with that.
I'm not as familiar with Knight's.
Knight is a faster player.
Bro. I'm not waiting for
if his power
in group stage, I'm sorry.
Hey yo, if his power comes back within the timeout period that you are allotted in this tournament, that would be impressive.
There isn't a timeout period anyway, so that would be.
Is there
just like
timeouts? Not
no.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if you expect somebody's power to come back on in 2 minutes or something, then like that's one thing. But
I was gonna say that's impressive.
I don't really anticipate that happening.
Like I don't know. I guess I've never heard of power going out and coming back within 2 minutes if it like actually goes out. Maybe if you like blew a fuse or something, but I've never heard of. That's a pretty impressive electricity company. That's a pretty impressive electricity company. All right, British infrastructure is just the best. Okay.
Yeah, I guess this guy just knows something we don't about power outages.
British infrastructure is the GOAT, apparently.
My
tablet driver is not opening. Thank you. Oh, thank you, OTD. Please.
I've never had a problem with that, to be honest.
I never have either.
My tablet drivers have always opened fine. I will say I had an issue for a while where my driver being open for a long period of time caused my computer to super hard lag, like just everywhere. It exploded my memory usage, and I'd have to like force close it.
UK internet will die for 1 minute at a time. That's very interesting, Listia. That is something I did not experience living over there. Maybe is it like just closer to the metropolitan areas? Like,
I blame Richard Branson.
I don't think I experienced that living there for a while.
The only time I spent there was like a week in a hotel, so I don't really have any first-hand knowledge of that sort of situation.
London and Newcastle? Huh. I don't know. Potentially. I lived in the boonies out in Reading, so there's... maybe that's why there's just so little out there.
Alright, well, we've got some GLA chests coming out, so it looks like we're going to get into map number 2 here. Lifeline, Xylus, MCY4, Nahus again. Vesper, Just Blank, Iril, and Knight for Leftmebroken. Down a breakpoint early on, but still a ways to go in this match, so anything could happen.
Anything. I got Knight and Vesprit on the hidden for Leftmebroken. I like that pairing there, and Xylus and Nahus on the hidden.
Iril and Knight just both die on their intro?
Yes, I could actually imagine that. That first stream comes at you pretty quick. Yeah.
That comes at you fast.
Oh,
and there's Iril again and Vesper.
Double break.
Well.
Yeah, if you're breaking here, you're not going to do well on this map. Oh, Iril cannot play these bursts. Oh, it's over actually. Well, they're gonna get sub 2 mil score.
If their power was indeed out, they are probably not warmed up. Like if their power's out before the match or something.
I guess, well. Yeah, if it's been out for the entire... But if their power was out the entire time before the match, I find it hard to believe that they were the best option to...
I don't know.
Be the fourth for this pick, right? Because I think we talked about potentially having someone like extremities in for something like this, just to like fill, or even hee hee ha ha.
Okay. Respectfully, I'm pretty sure I could have gone in for this map and dropped these scores at this point.
Like, I think Hee Hee Ha Ha's got DT. Yeah, Hee Hee Ha Ha's got some DT on their leaderboards. I don't know. Maybe Irel's just letting tourney nerves get to him or something.
Yeah, I don't know. But it's 3 players who are really struggling versus a quad FC, so it really doesn't even matter at this point because Vesper, Irel, and Knight have all just broken a bunch. It's an 11 million point lead, and we're not even halfway through. This is going to be really ugly if it goes in Riot keep up this performance.
I mean, I think we're seeing what could be expected. Oh, and there goes GS Blank, the saving grace.
Oh, there goes Earl. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing what's kind of expected right now. You have 4 of the better DT players in the world. 4 of them where many of them have sat probably in like the top 5 DT players in the world at some point or another. Against 4 people who don't quite specialize in DT. GS Blank is probably like the highest up on that list, and it's indicative in his score. You know, he's at 6.5 million compared to his teammates who are not even at 3 million yet for their scores. And he spider breaks on literally freaking nothing right there. I don't know what that was. Must have let go of his key. Yeah, this is just showing how strong Eagles and Riot are on DT. I think this brings nothing other than to show that Leftmebroken could avoid DT like the plague.
Yeah, this is one of the more brutal beatdowns I've seen so far this weekend. I don't know that I've seen any maps quite this one-sided. And as we expected out of Eagles and Riot, just really, really good at maps like this. Fortunately for Leftmebroken, there aren't a whole lot of maps like this. I mean, this is the only... I mean, I guess the True maybe kind of has some similarities in like the aim, but not so much in the tapping. Otherwise, there aren't a lot of maps very much like this in the pool. So Eagles and Riot will walk away with a really big single point win by, 50 million, but it's not going to carry forward too far, I don't think.
Some decent combos coming out of Vesper and Knight at the end.
Yeah. Yeah, they've built up in the last, third here for sure.
This is not the first 4-way, nor would it be the first 4-way of the weekend, sadly. Oh, and it is a 0-way. It's a 0-way.
It's going to be a 0-way.
It would have been the first 4-way on this map, but there has been one 4-way this weekend, I believe, on one map.
There's been one 4-way on stream. I don't know if there's been any off stream, because obviously there were a couple matches that we didn't have on stream.
Yeah, there is potential for that.
Instead, they end up with a 0-way.
It's very, actually, semi-decent performance out of the 3 on the far right for Leftmebroken there. Vesper and Knight both putting up their maximum combos right at the ending. So just trying to get a little bit more comfortable at the start of that map. Maybe they will fare slightly better on some of the later DT picks. Irel's got to dial the aim in a little bit. Lots of misaiming. I also saw a lot of note locking as well. So I think the aiming and tapping kind of uncomfortable there. GS Blank kind of needed to be the hero of that pick there, and unfortunately was not. He started off really well and kind of fell apart at the ending.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't really ever matter, though, right? It's 78 million to 29 million, it's just...
Yeah, the second you lost more than 2 FCs, it was
missed at the beginning and continue missing. I mean, it's strange because it's only, a 3 miss on GS Blank, 6 miss on Knight. Unfortunately, 27 miss on Earl, who was just not prepped, I would think. But... Which is
funny, if you look at the top plays on someone like Irel, you expect them to kind of freaking shred that map with full combos on Glory Days double time and We Got It double time and all of these ridiculous tapping maps. I would expect them to just be able to get on an FC that map. Just because of how low BPM that is in comparison. But again, maybe it was tournament nerves. Maybe it's, first match of the year or something, and need to brush off the dust. Oh, good song up next. It's amazing how much this sounds like... Wait, is what's playing right now No, it's not. I was gonna say it's amazing how much this sounds like MTU right now. It's not the usual. I'll never get used to this song, Quad A sounding like this.
Yeah, like this piano classical thing does not sound like at all. Like
This
you're
is
not used to
M2U.
this being their style. Yeah, this is much more like an M2U song.
Yeah. It's kind of cool though. I like the shift in style here. This is a I don't know which players. I'm going to start talking about which players are favored on each map, honestly, because I don't know that on any of these maps one team isn't, like, I don't know if 8 Goats and Riot is not going to be favored on most picks, I feel like, just because of the players that they have. Like, this is one of those teams where the players are strong enough that they're just going to be good at everything, versus some other A seeds where they may have some shortcomings. You know, and I think that's to be expected with, you know, maybe like those top 4 A seed teams where they're just locked in. The BWS rank is high for a reason. They're either high ranked to begin with, or they have a lot of badges and
Or
they're
both.
high ranked. And yeah, so, you know, there's a lot in here. So maybe Leftmebroken can make something work on here. Vesper and Knight back on the hidden. Extremities back in. He's dropping some act early.
Back in.
Oh no, he didn't drop pack. That was Bancho. I've never seen a Bancho act drop
Act
before.
drop?
That was
Yeah.
interesting.
Xylus, brother, you good over there?
He's figuring it out.
He was at 90. He was at 90.
he's figuring it out. Oh, MCY4 is gone already.
Yeah, this was always going to be kind of the question mark for this 8 Goats and Riot team was how good is their gimmick roster, right? And they don't have, like, I feel like for the start of map, you would probably put something like Shige in if it were late stage and he were here. Actually, I don't know who else, though, because most of this team really is not, like, niche map players, so this might be the skill set that they always struggle with. And, yeah, there goes Xylus as well, so good start for Leftmebroken.
Yeah, very notable that the 2 hidden players are the ones to find the first 2 breaks here, which is kind of to be expected, I guess, on this, like, AR9 cut streamy type stuff here. Not a single break coming out of Leftmebroken so far. They're going to get a pretty healthy lead here by the halfway point in the map. Not particularly long as well at 2 minutes and 16 seconds. It is one of the shorter maps in this pool. Tomashik and Nahus, the Polish pair, keeping things a little bit close between these 2 teams. MCY's recovered well.
Yeah, 8 Goats and Riot are going to need some help, though. Leftmebroken still in the 4-way. Very impressive stuff from them. This is the type of map that I want to see them playing for this exact reason. Like, they just look much more comfortable on this than they did on the first couple maps. Just easier time of things on these slightly less standard types of maps. Oh, they do get a double miss, but it's a triple reset for 8 Goats and Riot on that big space slow stream. So it leaves Extremities and Dito against just MCY4, and that should probably put the nail in the coffin here for 8 Goats and Riot on this map. Looks like Leftmebroken going to be getting on the board.
Absolutely at this point. 4 million score lead here. No FCs, 2-2 right now. Extremities, unfortunately, does over-aim that flow aim pattern there, but it looks like it is going to be Dito to drop a little bit of back and bring the FC home into the ending. Oh, that note lock almost
ripped him. Is it a 1-6 at the very end there, or is it just spaced weirdly?
I think it's spaced weirdly. I think the only rhythm change, I think, is that 1/3 bit that caught everyone.
It's like last couple notes look like a 1-6, but anyway, nice FC there from Dito, I think. That's an FC,
yes, right?
Yeah. No FCs at all for 8 Goats and Riot, so Leftmebroken may have found a way into this match if they can find more maps that suit them the way that one did that do not suit 8 Goats and Riot. Yeah, I agree with Listia. It is 1-6. That it's literally like last 4 notes, but the way it's spaced, it really looks like it's got to be 1-6 because I don't know why else you'd space that like that.
I've never played it 1-6, and I feel like I don't drop hundreds there, but maybe I'm lucky. I don't know. Maybe
You're
mashing is the key.
So much better than the rest of us at this game.
Hey, you said it. I didn't. Leftmebroken. Now on the board, 8 Goats and Riot, I imagine, are just going to run through as many of the faster tapping maps as they probably can.
This is such a free mod 3 angle, bro.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, something like that. I doubt they're going to go for the DT5. Honestly, is DT2 open? That might be a good pick for 8 Goats and Riot too. Bringing some 10.3 into the picture might be very favored to them.
DT4 also.
Yeah.
It's only AR10, but it's 270 BPM. So I think DT2, DT4, maybe DT6, and then of course 3 mod 3. There you go. 3 mod 3 coming up. We have not actually seen a lot of free mod 3, but I mean, as I discussed yesterday, it's a former OWC No Mod 5. So you kind of know what you're getting into because that was like the era of just like, I mean, this is from what, 2020 or 21? Like, it's just the most giga, like, normal custom No Mod 5 you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah, 2020 No Mod 5s were like peak, just pure burst speed.
Formulaic.
Yeah.
Formulaic custom mapping.
Oh, they started that fast
Wait, what
too
the heck?
after getting that.
I don't know.
Whoa.
Wait, they shouldn't have. I don't. There
They
aren't
are
people in the
not.
lobby.
Okay, I was gonna say they do not.
I'm
Wait.
gonna say Ref had
Wait.
the wrong command copied or something.
Yeah, potentially just ripping it a little too
Wait, what are we
quick there.
doing here?
What's happening right now? Is this just Bancho like not
I don't
realizing that it's been
know.
aborted? I think maybe it's just replaying like the beginning that. Yeah.
It says it's in progress. What are we doing here? Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
dude. Okay. Ref has
Wrong
keybind.
keybinds. Yeah. Your efficiency has abandoned you,
Yeah.
Mavasik.
When you press your MP start keybind instead of your MP timer keybind. So I mean, you did it twice though? Or did the turning client just load it weirdly? Not sure which.
Yeah. I don't know if I have super like different opinions about this as I had from the DT one. I think of all the skill sets in this match that are very polarizing, as we said yesterday. I think you mentioned it's something like this, right? Where you have some of the best speed players on the world on one side, and then on the other side of this match, you have some people that have played speed before, but usually don't. So,
like, I have gone in for a No Mod 5 before. We'll leave the discussion there.
Yeah, like these players have played a DT pick before, and play it in solo, I imagine. But will they guaranteed FC a tournament speed pick 9 times out of 10, like most of the players on 8 Goats and Riot? I do not know. So that's where I'm sitting on this matchup right now. This is 8 Goats and Riot skill set in the way that Leftmebroken is probably going to be favored on maybe some of the lower BPM control stuff. But we'll see as we get into the start. We get a little bit of a slow start here, and then we're going to get into the bursts, and that's really where things are going to make their shift. This map is pretty slider breakable, honestly, too.
Oh, haha, there goes Knight. 2 early breaks for Leftmebroken. Not that we want to start off on a speed map because, the skill set required is never going to change over the course of the map, right? Like, if you have trouble with the burst at the beginning, you're probably going to have trouble with the burst at the end as well. And those are the mod players as well, right? The Hard Rock on haha and the Hidden on Knight.
Yeah, they went for the Hard Rock again on haha.
Maybe they just don't have a second hidden player for these free mods or something, but they have 2 hiddens for the non-free mods, so that doesn't make sense to me, actually. I don't know.
They must not, like, at this point, but I'm so, like, I think Knight finds another break there, but, I'm so surprised that they wouldn't want to maybe chance, like, putting like a GS blank on Hard Rock instead or something. Maybe they want the guaranteed FC, which is very reasonable, obviously, but like extremities on a hidden or something. I don't know. I just think, like, especially on a map like this, it's less about the skills of the players and more this map is significantly easier with hidden than it is with Hard Rock as a mod. So
yeah, the whole thing with like putting speed and free mod was in tournaments that require 1 HD 1 HR, right, is that like it's a lot harder on Hard Rock, generally speaking. But in this, where you can just run 2 hiddens, I don't know, I feel like you would just always run 2 hiddens on speed maps in this tournament. There goes extremities. Yeah. It's down to, as you said, guaranteed FC on GS blank apparently, but it just doesn't matter. It's a triple FC on 8 Ghosts and Riot, and Thomas Cheek just the one miss in the middle, so this is going to be another pretty one-sided affair as there go everyone.
I think he slider broke. I think GS blank slider broke.
Alright, it's only 15 million. It's only 15 million.
Except here's the last bit of the map right now. Yeah, there it is.
It's still only 18 million, right? Yeah.
There they are, 18 million score difference. Thomas Sheik dropping the four-way, sadly, with a 1 misplay about halfway through the map there, but the rest of the team coming up pretty strong. Some rough accuracy on Xylus and Lifeline, despite their full combos. They're 19 and 15 100s, respectively. But, you know, ACK doesn't matter. This is a Score v1 tournament.
Exactly.
Who cares? You're not going to get any brownie points, but it's an FC. So, you know, there we go. Well done to Acoats and Riot winning their skill set and their pick. Leftmebroken going to have to continue finding things in this pool that suit them over 8goats and Riot. I was not paying attention if Nomad 6 was banned, but that is a potential pick for them as well.
Nomad 6 is available.
That is definitely something I think that they can potentially look for. Their Hard Rock has not seemed very strong, which is unfortunate because I think that map like Hard Rock 4 is definitely a favored map to teams who have less mechanically solid players. They're going for DT3. That's a pick.
I'm not sure that I
Why?
necessarily agree with this for Leftmebroken, but they know more about what they're good at on this pool than we do.
I mean, it's not a very mechanics DT pick, but I would have thought maybe something like not DT after. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. This is an interesting thing to go into.
No, we will see. I really would have expected like Nomad 4, Nomad 6. Actually, I don't know. There's not a lot of the gimmick stuff left. Like, I haven't. Nobody's been picking Hard Rock 3, so I didn't even think about that really. Doesn't seem like this is a Hard Rock team.
No.
Maybe this was just like what they felt was their best option if they didn't want to go Nomad 6, I guess.
Yeah, potentially.
Well, somebody's got no map.
Real.
Oh, yeah, see? I had everyone to say that it's DMCA, and I provide a link, and I don't know.
It's so over. It's so over.
There's only so much I can do.
Osu player reading challenge, impossible difficulty. Always. Oh, the meme is so real. It's so permanently real.
I can't tell.
Yes, we know.
Yes. There's it. I forgot about stuff that I was supposed to put in my ping this morning, but.
Yeah, you actually have to ping hourly with this sort of information,
Yeah.
TLNG?
Yeah, I guess so. Like, I can only do so much to try and make it clear to these people. Oh yeah, our streamer doesn't even have the map. I just noticed. It's in the map pack.
You know, one team is better at DT than the other, but the team that's better at DT did not pick this map, so I genuinely do not know. But now we maybe do know, as it slowly goes towards Leftmebroken.
Yeah, Leftmebroken's got 3 FCs through a third of the map against 2 FCs for 8goats and Riot. Make that 1 FC from 8goats and Riot. Alright, Leftmebroken good at this map, I guess. slightly awkward finger control and like control aim kind of stuff, instead of more raw tapping mechanics, perhaps was the secret sauce for these guys. Well, this is what they wanted to see on their own picks. Getting another win, possibly relatively comfortably here. It's going to be, I mean, it's only 2 million point lead, but they've got double FC and a sizable backing combo on Hee Hee Haha against just a single FC on Silas. So, you love to see Leftmebroken putting up a fight here.
Yeah, this is the banger match that we were looking for between the A seed and the C seed. I mean, we talked about that in this group, right? You know, the strength of the C and D seeds in this group is quite high, especially if we saw yesterday, you know, the D seed beating out the B seed, and now we see the C seed putting up a pretty solid fight against the A seed. I think that's pretty in line with what we were saying for this group, where you've got a lot of tournament professionals on the bottom half seeded teams here, so they are absolutely going to be able to at least semi hold their own here. Good FCs from the hidden double time players on Leftmebroken, especially. That is what I would say is actually like a slightly harder mod combination. Sometimes hidden ends up not making a difference on that map. I think it makes a little difference.
Yeah, if you can get guys like Vesprit and Dito going, that's a really big bonus for this team, because those dudes are so consistent on this sort of stuff. So, I mean, they've only got a couple picks left in the match, but better late than never. And to be honest, they'll probably be able to get into stuff that's a little more comfortable in their skill sets as well, with a couple of the picks having come and gone for Akos and Riot, like DT1 and Primo 3, that have been their first 2 picks. I think this is probably a DT4 for Akos and Riot, I would guess, but no, DT2, excuse me. Okay, so they did end up going Wicked Fate, so we discussed that as being another possible pick.
Yeah. Ooh, let's look at some good songs in this match, actually. You're getting a lot of the classic rhythm game songs, I feel like. The M2Us, the Quad A's coming out here, a little bit of Nekomata Master. We're really, like, piss chilling with song choice.
Yeah,
that is very cool.
And a tradition of Hippo Cup, I feel, is that we always have a lot of good songs.
This is a very short map, which means that as strong as 8 Goats and Riot is, they are very vulnerable to any misses that may potentially happen. They've been pretty good about keeping at least the 3-way FC for most of this match on these maps. I think they've really only ever had like 1 miss during it, so I guess that can become a problem if Leftmebroken is somehow able to pull out the 4-way for a little bit, but they have also struggled to keep 4 combos for an extended period of time on faster maps thus far.
Yeah, I don't know that that's going to change either, unfortunately. But you never know. Alright, well, then we're going to go and we'll see how this one goes. I mean, we did just see a win on a DT pick for Leftmebroken, so maybe they can repeat that and get a break point back, tie things up. That would be pretty cool. But I think on a map like this, it's going to be a little more difficult. I'm kind of surprised that Akos and Riot went this over DT4, to be honest, which is a much higher BPM, but... Actually, not much higher, it's what? No, it is, yeah, it's literally 60 BPM higher, okay. But I felt that the style of this map suited them.
This is going to be very interesting very fast. Sorry, I was like, I forgot to breathe for a second. It's early in the morning, you gotta get started.
I see. Did see an early miss from... Oh, it's lifeline breaking. Okay, I was going to mention M2i4 broke right at the start, but I don't think he actually did. It's going to be lifeline, though. Drop it to FC. It's a 4-way still for Leftmebroken. Breakpoint City.
this is kind of what we talked about, right? 8 Goats and Riot have always had at least one player break combo somewhere silly, and if Leftmebroken holds the 4-way for long enough, then they'll have it. They haven't always held the 4-way for super long in maps, but it looks like they might be ripping one out on this, and this is going to be a tied match guaranteed at this point. There's no way to choke this now, and it is the 4-way.
It's not.
What?
Hee hee ha ha broke 40 combo from the end on air.
Oh, screw you.
He slider broke on one of the little sliders at
With
the end.
that act too, bro. Come on, man. That was definitely an interesting pick from 8 Goats and Riot.
I really think they should have gone DT4 there. I think DT was a lot more competitive. Obviously, this was too easy for just everyone to FC. Where I think DT4, like if you're not comfortable with 270, like you might have a hard time with that.
I think Chiru would have been a more confident DT pick than that, unironically. Like with some of the weird spikes in Chiru, like that weird circle reverse pattern that literally everyone in the world has missed this weekend. Like,
yeah, pick something where it's not just an 8-way. Right? Or near
yeah,
8-way.
like this map is not particularly hard. Like it's the mapping style is very close to like those like burst speed type DT picks that you normally see, except for the fact that those types of picks are normally high BPM and this is 210, so it's like just a no mod 2 with no long streams. So I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I'll leave my map pool feedback in the pool feedback channel, but this I feel like this map does not suffice for what I think it was meant to test, especially for the caliber of players that we see in a lot of these matches here. Like,
bold of you to expect map feedback to matter.
Hey, man. The people's voices must be heard.
Khabib, I know you pulled this a year ago, but... Alright, Hard Rock 4 time. Jisho no Chihei. This is the last pick of the match for Leftmebroken. If they win it, they get a match point, which after everything that's happened in this match is kind of a crazy proposition. Minute 49, 170 BPM, kind of like cut flowing.
Yeah, I like, you know, I talked about this Hard Rock 4 earlier. I think I mentioned, and I kind of touched on the point that Leftmebroken has opted for that one Hard Rock player on Hee Hee Ha Ha for all the free mods, but they don't seem like
well.
Yeah, they haven't been doing crazy, and this map is significantly smaller CS than any of the free mods that have been played thus far as well, so I don't know if Hee Hee Ha Ha is like just a precision player and can't play anything else with Hard Rock, which I've personally never seen before, but you know, this is going to be harder to aim than those free mod picks here, and you're, you know, adding in the rest of your roster versus 8 Goats and Riot, who have some pretty solid Hard Rock players on here. I mean, Xylus and MCY4 pop out to me immediately.
Gamble. This is only 6.5, bro. Gamble was like, what, Air CS 9?
Yeah, Gamble's freaking small. Gamble is tiny.
I think that was CS 9. I think it's just 10. I don't remember. I don't think it was just 10.
It was. I don't think it was CS10. I think it was closer to 9. Yeah. But it was definitely tiny. It was certainly not CS 6.5, which is like a daily occurrence if you're a Hard Rock player.
If you play tournaments, like, you've seen 6.5 plenty.
Yeah, exactly. Like that. This is a pretty comfortable range here. Hidden on Xylus and MCY4. I actually mentioned them as the standout Hard Rock players in 8 Goats and Riot. It looks like they're going to be the standout Hidden Hard Rock players in 8 Goats and Riot. Yeah, it's going to be Dito and Knight on the Hidden. We've seen Knight on the Hidden pretty much this entire match. I'm not very surprised by that.
It's a big one here. Whoever wins this gets a match point. A lot of pressure on this last pick from Leftmebroken. Everyone, because they all like full 100'd the intro stream.
What is happening?
Everyone
Why are Lifeline and Xylus below 90 still?
Everyone in the lobby full 100'd the intro stream, bro. I'm telling you.
Xylus!
Like, oh, wait, no, he just fell off the stream. He missed like 4 circles there.
What is happening?
And the lead goes over to Leftmebroken. It's what we said. 8 Goats and Riot were always going to be vulnerable and stuff that was a little more gimmicky. Their raw mechanics are insane, but their ability to play maps like this is a little lower. There is Hee Hee Ha Ha with the break though, so the combo lead goes to 8 Goats and Riot by a small margin. And I think they have the athlete as well because you've got 97 on MCY4. Oh, buddy.
Dude, Xylus is going like Ming mode right now, dude. This is wild.
Lifeline's at 88.
Ooh,
Now he
Lifeline.
broke.
He's
Lifeline
gone.
broke. It's 3 FCs against 2. Leftmebroken. Oh,
no.
knife breaks.
Oh,
There's
that's the
still a
worst
third
spot
of
to
them
break
to go.
ever.
The combo. Oh, there goes Dito too. No, he missed on nothing.
Oh no.
And now
It's low.
MC4 and Xylus can bring this one home. Oh, that's tragic for Leftmebroken to have that break there.
That's so sad.
Lifeline
Both of them
falls
making the
again, but
slides.
Oh man, just Blank doing everything he can, but it's a double FC against him on his own. And that's a big backing combo from Nahus as well. This is going to be 8 Goats and Riot going up 4-3. They'll take a match point into their last pick. Man, what could have been here for Leftmebroken?
Oh, Haha actually found a very like decently in miss and then held a good amount of combo after that and then missed again. So he actually had the potential to put up another probably solid 700-800 combo there, which would have made this rather close actually. I think there was a chance that they won that without the misses there. And Dito and Knight missing on the slow section was actually the most tragic thing of all time.
Yeah, if Dito didn't miss where he did, well, they probably still would have lost because he would have only had 3 million and they lost by 3.6 million, but it would have been damn close. Dito has been left broken.
He has been left broken. Dito, no help.
Dito has that break left him broken.
It's over. It's over.
All right, what do you last pick here? 8 Goats in a row. It's gotta be DT4, right?
I want them to pick DT5.
Yeah, but is that the best pick?
It is the best pick, not for them, but it's the best pick.
Right, I think the best pick for them is DT4. It's 270 BPM with bursts and stuff.
I think Chicago would be pretty chill.
Yeah, Chicago's I think that's a little. I don't know. I don't really know how good Leftmebroken is at just aim, so I guess I can't really say on that one. But 8 Goats and Riot definitely has some very good aim players. You got Lifeline, you got Nahus, you got MC4. Xylus, not quite as well known as an aim player, but still solid.
Yeah,
that is
a serious Discord link.
Yeah, that's quite the link. I hate the way Discord does.
Oh, it is no mod one.
Now. I really hate the way Discord does links now. Like with that whole giant extension on it instead of just being like
format.
It's
format
like
equals, width equals, height equals.
Yeah, it's freaking WebP now, and like WebP is great, except for the fact that nothing fucking supports it.
Yeah.
If stuff supported it, it'd be wonderful, but it's not PNG, so.
Oh yeah, I love downloading like stuff from Discord and then having to go into the properties and right-click rename and remove WebP and change it to PNG.
Yeah, because if you try to open a WebP, it just doesn't work.
Photoshop does not recognize this file.
Stupid. All right, so no mod one here. Yeah, I have no idea how good Leftmebroken is at just aim. I feel like we haven't really had any just aim. This is, I don't know. I think this is fine for 8 Goats and Riot, as we said. I don't know what to expect for Leftmebroken.
Yeah, I don't either. This map has some decently spiky sections, and the ending of the map is ridiculously hard to aim. That makes me worried for the hidden players on Leftmebroken and those who are not extremely mechanically comfortable, because it does require you to be kind of locked in with the tapping and aim almost. So I'm thinking that the reason I thought this was a good pick for 8 Goats and Riot was pretty specifically because of that point there. This map is slightly faster aim requirement, being at 210 BPM. Like if you were playing tournaments a couple of years ago, 210 is where like Nomad 1 would have kind of capped out. So I think it's become a little more mainstream that Nomad 1's kind of capped closer to like 220, I think, but this is still pretty high on the BPM range. And it's got some very hard sections here, so we shall see. Xylus and Nahus on the hidden, Knight and Dito on the hidden for Leftmebroken. This map has the potential to be decided pretty quickly, depending on how strong the players on either side look early on in this map.
Yeah, the aim patterns kind of come at you pretty early on. There's Lifeline with a break right at the start. And also, you gotta note that this is like an HD1, not a Nomad one, so the aim is not quite as comfortable as you'd expect of a traditional Nomad one. There are some awkward kind of linear anti-aim patterns, and you see them, you know, kind of popping up in the key eyes, and the aim is not just like the sort of comfortable angles that you're used to seeing. So we'll see how the players are on it, but that's 2 breaks already for 8goats and Riot. Lifeline at the beginning, and Nahus just then. Still the 4-way intact for Leftmebroken as we make our way toward the first real diff spikes. And Dito is going to be the first to break for that side.
This is a bit of a rough start for 8goats and Riot here. Leftmebroken really wanted that FC to stay on Dito for as long as possible there. That would have been a huge advantage for them. Because this map is, it's longer, so there is some time for error here, though. So if everyone else is able to hold and Xylus finds a break, that's big for Leftmebroken.
Xylus is the, like, least aim player on 8goats and Riot, so see
He's
how
got
he can
such
recover.
good rack. He was so comfortable. I think he just
Yeah.
random miss aim on hidden. It's
Wait.
the MCY4 show for 8goats and Riot.
He's the only FC left. There goes. Oh no! There goes Iha and Knight.
Meltdown from Leftmebroken.
You can't afford that. It's now GS Blank is the only FC against a lone FC on MCY4, but big combos on Lifeline and Nahus after breaking pretty early on. And there goes that lead. There goes GS Blank as well. Leftmebroken falling to pieces here as they tried to force the tiebreaker. And it just looks like it might not be happening now. We're only halfway through, but that's a massive combo discrepancy.
Oh, they look so good through the first key eye, but these harder sections at the ending, I think this is what I was mentioning. Ganahos is going to find a break, but Yaha and Knight are going to trade it out. This is that ending section I was talking about. This is so mechanically difficult that I just figured 8goats and Riot would be favored towards this ending.
You hate to see it, man. Leftmebroken with every chance, but looks like it is not going to be.
This looks like to be it. 8goats and Riot with the aim pick paying off. Again, that 210 BPM, I think, just proving to be a little bit uncomfortable for some players on Leftmebroken here. Some misaiming going on, maybe just not quite confident enough on these angle jumps at that BPM. You know, I think you do tend to see the stuff like this, maybe not at this high of BPM. Knight's going to find a break with MCY4 right at the ending. That's the last FC in the lobby gone. Lifeline is almost at an FC. He did find a very early miss here. And there goes Xylus!
Yeah.
But it's too late.
And that is gonna do it. 8goats and Riot with the 5-3 victory over Leftmebroken. That is going to mean that 8goats and Riot are basically guaranteed to go through to the next stage now at 2-0. Leftmebroken 0-1, but that was their first match, obviously, in the group, so the big ones still to come for them, as they'll have Hippo Cup CV and Chippy Chappa, and that's an interesting circumstance, as we discussed last night, because Hippo Cup CV is already 0-2, and they have not looked particularly good in the one match that they actually played. FF the other one. They're basically eliminated already. If... Streamer, please, thank you. Okay. So I believe it's Leftmebroken versus Chippy Chappa next.
Yes.
And then Chippy Chappa will still have to play 8goats and Riot after that as well. I don't know which order those two matches are in. I don't know if... But, it's going to be very interesting how this group plays out, is basically what I'm saying, because there's a few different scenarios to figure out who the second team going through is.
I'm interested to see how this group is gonna work out, because I mean I don't know. I think 8goats and Riot should also name change to 8goats without Riot, because he has not played a single match so far. But
They've only played
no, I'm just kidding.
one match.
I'm kidding. Let me rip into Riot. No. He put his name in the team title. He deserves this. But 8goats and Riot, you know, I think we kind of expect the A seed in this group to, you know, pull through pretty strong. And, you know, they've only played one match, but, you know, they showed that they were pretty good across the board when they had the right map pick. I think they had 1 or 2 map picks in there that were a little bit uncertain and maybe not quite as planned out, but it's a group stage, so I guess you can afford those sorts of things. And I imagine they expect to win the last match, given that they're going up against the D seed. D seed in this group looked okay, but
they looked okay against the B seed in this group, which compared to the A seed is a whole different ballgame. So I'm interested to see how that matchup comes, actually. But a good group.
Yep, it is one of the more competitive groups on paper for sure. That's gonna do it for now. Let's see, we do have about an hour break before our next set of matches. Somehow or other we ended up with no matches at 15 UTC in this tournament, which is bizarre to me.
That's surprising.
Yeah, like how do we go in entirety without a 15 UTC match? I don't know. Our next match is going to be at 16 UTC, 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific. That is 14 UTC versus Cowabunga. So Chilier is going to be departing us so we can play in that match.
Hi.
That'll
I could talk a big game and then score nothing.
Yeah. That'll be followed by Utsuha Carry versus Neku Nainol. I literally need somebody to tell me how you're supposed to pronounce that team name because I have absolutely no idea what it's supposed to say. But that one will be at 17 UTC after. So we'll be back in about an hour. Congrats to 8goats and Riot. Thank you to Chilier. Thank you to everyone for being here. And we'll see you guys on the other side of this break as Hippo Cup 7 group stage continues onward in day 2 here.